Things are lining up perfectly for the Atlanta Hawks. After getting their second win in a row versus the Phoenix Suns, the Atlanta Hawks are trending up. And while the Atlanta Hawks are trending up, there are teams that are trending down, and it bodes well for the Atlanta Hawks. We have an update on the Atlanta Hawks draft chances and also a little preview for the Atlanta Hawks versus the Indiana Pacers with a nice update to go with that. Welcome back to Hawks Digest, everyone. I'm Chris Tipmore. Go ahead and leave those shoes by the door, and hopefully you don't have snow in them because actually it is real icy and the inclement weather is just out here and it's affecting the games, but we're going to get all into that. Again, guys, welcome back. I'm Chris Tipmore. We're going to get into, before I get into that, allow me to get into this. Before we get into the news today, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. When you download Kalshi using the link below, guys, make sure you put in the partner code DIGESTNBA and to get 20 off your when you trade your first 100, guys. Again, Digest NBA, because Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the U.S. and on their platform, you can trade off of yes or no on real life events. I'm talking about sports, elections, pretty much just anything, guys. And it doesn't matter where you stay in the United States because they're across all 50 states. And also, guys, I'm talking about you can trade on different outcomes, game outcomes, playoff chances, etc. Like so, guys. You can right now go on there because they have multiple categories. You can also trade on where's Giannis' next team. Will he retire? Will he stay with Milwaukee? The chances on that. Anthony Davis, his next team. Will he stay with the Mavericks? Will he retire? Where will he go? Then also you got, will Michael Porter Jr. or Joel Embiid be all-stars this year? You also have, where is the next team for one of these two players? Who will be traded around the deadline? Kobe White or Ja Morant? Regardless, guys, Kalshi is a place where you can generally use your sports knowledge and your news knowledge, and you can close positions whenever and wherever you want. Guys, download Kalshi and make sure you use Digest NBA so you guys can get the $20 bonus. Thank you again to Kalshi for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the news. All right, guys. So, the Atlanta Hawks, and let's talk about that coveted pick. The pick that everyone wants us to get rid of, because I have a report from Evan Cedery, the same Evan Cedery that just yesterday, honestly, put out there that the Atlanta Hawks have the capital, and the Atlanta Hawks, if they wanted to make a move for Giannis, they can include the draft pick, etc. I don't agree with that. I say keep the pick. I'm pretty sure most of you Atlanta Hawks fans will say the same because the potential coming out is great. And the Atlanta Hawks, you know, you can have a franchise changing or a franchise helping player coming out. You don't want to necessarily lose out on that opportunity, do you? But let's see what Evan Cedery has for us this time regarding the pick. Evan Cedery says the Hawks own the most favorable 2026 first-round pick between the Pelicans and the Bucks. Both teams in the lottery. Atlanta essentially boosts their odds of landing the number one pick, adding in New Orleans and Milwaukee's odds. Atlanta currently has a 20% chance at the number one overall pick. And that's a lovely thing because this is the top 5 right now projected guys, currently the top 5 guys in the nation that's going to come out and, to be possibly, in the NBA draft. And the Atlanta Hawks have a few options to choose from. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that anybody is interested in necessarily Brown Jr. out of Louisville, but the top 4 picks, the Atlanta Hawks could be right in that area. And we're talking about Peterson. We're talking about A.J. DeBanta. We're talking about Boozer. Talking about Caleb Wilson. So, and all those guys are guys that can help your franchise. And right now, Darren Patterson is the number one guy. That's a guy who can definitely get his own shot, y'all. I'm talking about a shot creator, a guy that can go out and just fill it up, honestly. The man hasn't had a game under 16 points the entire year. And he's played 9 games. So right now, that guy right now, I can honestly say the most shots that he's taking in a game so far has been 18. He's taken 18 shots. Of course, he missed some games with injury, but he took 18 shots against TCU. He made 8 of the shots out of 18, but he still dropped 32 points, 6 rebounds. Now, you don't get many assists out of him, but ultimately, this guy is a baller. And he's averaging right now 21.6 points, shooting 49.3% from the field, also 4.6 rebounds, and 1.9 assists. Right now, he is the number one guy, and it's an opportunity for the Atlanta Hawks. They could possibly possibly not trade for him, draft him, and you never know, somebody possibly can get traded. That's where my mind was going. Because him coming in at the 2 guard position, you would have to make some decisions on where the roster would be going, on who you're going to prioritize around that guard position. That's for another video in a later time, because we don't know exactly which way the Atlanta Hawks can go, but they have options. And all those guys up here are options that the Atlanta Hawks can use really on their franchise. Now, I'm still saying that we still need another center as well, but the top center is really like projected to go 9th or 10th. I don't project the Atlanta Hawks to be in that area, so that's why I just stayed right here with the top 5. But all right, let's get into just a little bit of the preview, just a little preview, y'all. And it is the Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks. Now, before I even get into that update, due to the inclement weather, the Atlanta Hawks between the Indiana Pacers, the game has been moved up, but from 7:30 to 1:30. Now, the Atlanta Hawks, they did say that all tickets, original tickets and parking will remain valid for entry, including transfer tickets. They say if you have any questions, please do give a call and appoint a ticket sale. But yes, doors will be opening at 12:30. The game is now at 1:30 because it is supposed to be about 18 degrees. I've been seeing anywhere between 16 and 18 degrees on what the weather is supposed to be tomorrow night. So yes, it's going to be pretty chilly out there, and they want to make sure that the game is still be able to be held, but it still be held in a safe environment, so people are not driving over black ice, etc. So just a little update about that for those who haven't seen it. Hopefully you guys will see this and will know that the game has been moved and be able to schedule accordingly due to that. But again, going back to the game here, got a little preview between the two teams, man. These two teams have been going at it. And of course, both teams, dealing with significant injury. We already know Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers, Kristaps Porzingis for the Hawks, and Zaccharie Risacher. Now, the Hawks in the last 10 games are 5-5, averaging around 111 points per game. The Pacers are also 5-5 in that span, and are slightly fewer points at 108.2. Now, in their last meeting, the Atlanta Hawks went ahead and took care of business, let's say that, 128-108, and back on October 31st. Key players, that right now have stepped up for the Atlanta Hawks. I can say Jalen Johnson, of course, for this season, he's averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and also 8 assists. And for the Indiana Pacers, we're talking about Pascal Siakam, a reliable force inside and out, who is averaging 23.8 points and 6.9 rebounds, plus 4 assists, and that's just in the last 10 games. So he has been balling for them entire season. Again, for the game, Tyrese Halliburton, Obi Toppin, and also Andrew Nembhard, those guys are all considered Nembhard is going to be questionable. And the other guys, they're all out, including Benedict Mathurin, who is going through a thumb injury, but he's also been in trade rumors, so give or take, you never know. But that's big for all those guys to be out. Toppin and Halliburton has been out Halliburton's been out for the entire season, and Toppin, he went out earlier in the season with the foot. So yeah, have no Nimyard for them is actually going to be big, but he's questionable. We'll see. But of course, Zaccharie Risacher and also Kristaps Porzingis, those guys are both going to be out. And again, two guys have been in trade rumors. It's Risacher and Porzingis. So we'll see what happens with that moving forward. I also, before I wrap it up, just let me give you guys a few rankings between the two teams. In points, the Indiana Pacers ranked 29th at 110.1 compared to Atlanta Hawks, who are 10th with 117.4. Points allowed per game, 23rd in the league is the Indiana Pacers, and 25th in the league at 118.7 is the Atlanta Hawks. 118.2 is the Indiana Pacers. Field goal percentage, you got team number 30, 44.2% Indiana Pacers going against the 9th team in the league. 47.5% in field goal percentage for the Atlanta Hawks. That is 9th. The number 1 assist per game team, the Atlanta Hawks at 31, goes against 19th, 25.3 for the Indiana Pacers. And the rebounding, nearly the same, 43, which is 22nd in the league for the Indiana Pacers, to 42.1, which is 25th in the league for our Atlanta Hawks. So again, the Indiana Pacers, they're coming off of a big win as well. They just took down the Oklahoma City Thunder by 3, as the Atlanta Hawks, like I just said earlier, we won 2 straight, and now we're looking to try to build off of that. So it's going to be interesting because somebody's going to build momentum, and somebody is going to have to start from square one. As for the odds, the Hawks are a minus 2.5, and the odds do vary. The over and under point set is 232.5 points. So, of course, where you can watch it, the FanDuel Sports Network. Make sure you guys are checking it out. Make sure you guys supporting the Atlanta Hawks. Now, guys, before I get ready to get up out of here, I will say you guys be safe out there. For those who are driving around the city of Atlanta, please make sure you be safe because we want you guys to get home to your loved ones and also be able to join us right back here on Hawks Digest. Until next time, peace and blessings to you all. Go Hawks, and I will holler.